Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the NMIMS Podcast. I'm your host, Kanak Jaiswal, and today we have a truly special guest with us, Mr. Sushant Kumar. Mr. Sushant Kumar is a TA leader at Tata Technologies. Join us as we explore the dynamic world of talent acquisition, leadership, and HR insights. Relax and enjoy the enlightening journey. Hi, sir. How are you feeling today?
Hi, I'm really feeling wonderful to be here in NMIMS Indore. The vibe itself is very vibrant. In fact, I remember the days when I wanted to admit in NMIMS. Those days you didn't have Indore and Bangalore campuses, Mumbai campus, the Vilepale campus. Coming to NMIMS for the HR conclave, it's really wonderful. And getting to see all students, interacting with them, meeting the HR leaders, it's really wonderful.
Yeah, we are so honored to have you here, sir. So let's just start with the questions. So the first question is, in your role as an APAC lead, the region represents a diverse landscape. So could you share some key strategies or approaches you found effective in the talent acquisition across different countries within the Asia Pacific region? And how do you navigate the nuances and variations in the talent market? So how do you approach that thing?
Yeah. So in fact, if you see, the markets are very different in various countries. I've worked. I've worked for 1.5 years in Malaysia, quite a bit in stint in Singapore. I've handled various countries. In my previous role, I used to work for 11 different countries, including Korea, Singapore, Philippines, Indonesia, and all. So I've managed various geographies in my previous role. So I've seen different culture, people from all backgrounds. So the strategies, basically what you're talking about, is very different when you look out into other geographies, specifically when you headhunt a person somewhere in Indonesia, or maybe a Korean market, Chinese specifically. So they're very particular about the role per se. Okay, what kind of opportunity we are giving it to them. Of course, the organization also matters a lot to them, and the paradigm shift is a lot there. You do not have people focusing on a career path. Okay, even people are open up for gig work for or contractual role opportunities, given the opportunity is good enough. But in India, you have people with a particular mindset where they restrict themselves. I'm really looking out into these sectors, or I'm only looking out for a specific role for that matter. So that's where the differences are there. India as a market, you have a lot of talent available. Okay, while I was working in Malaysia, I remember for few of the skill sets I was hiring for, one of the particular skill set, we didn't had any person in the country. So there was dirt of manpower available. But then you somehow get people to who are familiar with workforces, and I have seen people in those countries, they have started their career in finance and moved into HR, taking up leadership roles. So they don't restrict themselves into taking up roles into various other functions as well. Wherein here, people are very stringent while taking those decisions, as well as even from the organization point of view also, if I talk about that, acceptance is not yet here. Okay, and of course, because you have plenty of talent available here, so for any technology for that matter, in India you have a lot of talent available. Specifically now, if you see, we have in India, we have 55 to 60% of the workforce in the age range of which is a yes. But how much are we able to employ is also as an employable workforce or skilled labor is available. That's a question. But then as an age group wise, if I see, India has a huge workforce capability available right now.
So basically, the students or the people who are already in the corporate world are basically taking the help from the AI and all to learn. This is basically learning new things and then going into.
So, yeah. Specifically in talent acquisition for these days, what we have observed working with various companies in the past, I have seen there's a lot of automation coming out. Okay, we have been using, in my previous organizations also I've worked with using various AI tools, like I've worked on smart recruiters, or be it a lot of ATS are there in the market, which are kind of help you leverage the AI part, wherein you can entirely automate your screening part, where the entire resume is screened through the AI, and they give you an based on the algorithm which they have been feed on, they give you a score based on the profile, and that really helps you to kind of further navigate and shorten your screening process, so that your entire TAT, which is the turnaround time for hiring, gets reduced, because you're trying to save some of the time there, and that really helps you. And as an AI product in various ATSs these days, there are a lot of ATS available in the market which has also AI inbuilt in that, which there's a lot in the market. Zwam is one of them, which really helps organization to really fasten their processes. A lot of organization have automated their assessment, okay, for the freshers or for any level for that matter. That also really helps them to shorten the duration of the hiring process. So as an process, if we see, there's a lot of automation involved these days in the HR function. Okay.
So, like in your leadership goal, how do you ensure that the talent acquisition process contribute to the fostering of culture of inclusivity within the Tata Technologies? Or what steps or initiatives have you taken to promote the diversity in the workforce? And how do you see this aspect evolving in the future?
Yeah. So we have been using AI. I mean, if you understand what AI is, earlier also you were using AI, but you were not giving the name of that AI. Okay, you were using Excel, wherein you were, which was also an automation, where you were trying to see some of the results directly out there. So that's where now you have different models which are built, and using those you are trying to get the results out of it.
That is so good. 50-50 ratio. Exactly. So, with the focus on student recruitment, how do you believe educational institutions can better align their program with evolving the needs of industry? And are there any specific skills or knowledge in the areas you find lacking in the recent graduates? And how can students basically prepare themselves for the market in the current job, for the current job market?
Yeah. So if I talk about in the industry, or even if today everybody is talking about D&I, but every organization is focusing about diversity and inclusion. Everywhere everybody is talking about D&I, whether it's on forums, conferences and all. As an organization also, we have taken a lot of initiatives and steps in TA specifically. We have launched various programs and initiatives where we are trying to improve the gender ratio, focusing on a lot of other inclusivity, to see whether our offices or workplaces are inclusive enough to ready or welcome those inclusivity in diversity. Okay, you cannot hire a person with disability without making your office sanitized, or making without having specific things, getting your organization people sanitized on those aspects, making them more inclusivity, removing the biasness among the people. If while even interviewing, we have to make the people remove the biasness from them. While screening the profile, we you have to use various things so that the people are not biased towards a specific role or while they are hiring for. And as an organization, we have taken specific targets to for every businesses, so that we are able to increase our diversity ratio, specifically at the early career talent. If I talk about the freshers hiring, whether it's from engineering or MBA colleges, we make sure that we hire at least 40% of the workforce which is gender diverse city. Okay, wherein you are focusing a lot to get, because our ultimate goal is to reach at least 50-50%, but then we are increasing at least this year. If we can reach 35 to 40%, that should be really good, and that's how we are focusing a lot on gender diversity as well.
So everybody, you have to do internship to get into good companies.
So I feel for every individual while they are at the college, they should really focus on their basics. Okay, what's the course curriculum is all about, for what they have taken the admission. Specifically for engineering students, if I talk about, or B school grads, these are professional courses. Okay. Yeah, so you need to be really specific about what you're learning, whether it's economics, microeconomics, finance if you have taken, or analytics for that matter as a subject you have taken. You need to be very specific while you're learning, and very intuitive when you learn those subjects. Not just to pass those subjects and all, you need to take up an elective and move ahead, but then you need to be very intuitive and learn those things with a lot of skills, which is as per demand in the market. Also you need to really up the game. Okay, because because everybody is doing some or the other courses, right? So how do you make yourself distinct? Yeah, stand out. How do you make yourself stand out? So for that you should do a lot of certifications. Okay, at least I would say do certification which are industries oriented certification, certifications which are backed by the industries. Like you have certification given by Microsoft, Oracle, Amazon, Salesforce, SAP, those certifications. Okay, where you have to write exams and give those certifications, not just by completing those hours and you get a certification. Just you complete the video and at the end of the day you get a certification. Wow, and you post it on LinkedIn. Okay, I have completed the certification. That will not really help you at the end of the day. So invest your time and all to really give those exams, and those exams will have values, and they have different levels: associate, beginner, practitioner, expert, and so on, right? So that really helps you as an individual. So when you are in college, focus more on those aspects, building your profile, doing a lot of projects in and around that where your area of interest lies. Do internships. I really promote internships a lot for students, because that will really help you understand, figure out how. In fact, I was talking to one of the students of your college, and I was really fascinated while I was talking to her, that her mind setup is very clear, that I want to go into advertisements. So from day one she is very clear that this is what I want to do. She's not that ki, let me see where I land a job and then so she did an internship with an ad agency, whether it was small, big, doesn't matter, and then she's looking more for a job into advertisements. So that really shows if this generation is really focused and dedicated, you're more focused and goal oriented, it will really lead to success, and you will be more confined to what you're actually looking out for.
Nowadays everyone is getting so many opportunities, and there are so many career options that we don't even have to choose. It's just now that today's generation,
it's the need of the hour as an individual. A lot of people are doing a lot of freelancing also in today's morning. One of the speakers was talking about that now things will change, that you will have option of different careers as well at the same time. Like you can be a podcaster as well as you can be a business analyst, right? You can be a consultant and you can be a traveler, right? You are a content creator. On the other hand, you could be a YouTuber, or you can do anything. So you will always have simultaneously two career options to really parallelly run, or to later on make one. That's always there now.
you have to be basically skilled if you want to follow your passion, everyone. You cannot just go around. Okay, the shift to the remote work has been a significant trend. So how have Tata Technologies adopted its student recruitment strategies, especially in the virtual environment? And are there any specific challenges or advantages you've observed? And what are the advices you would give to students navigating to virtual recruitment processes?
You need to find out what you are good at. Once you are done, that's it. The day you find out it, and it will click, and then that becomes a hit, and then automatically you need to find out whether you're good into acting, whether you're good into content creation, YouTuber, freelancing, or teaching. These a lot of people love teaching also, and all these have a lot of money in it. So you are able to make money out of your passion also. It's नहीं कि यहाँ सिर्फ झोला उठा के चलना and you're not able to do anything. So it's basically you're making out, at the end of the day, you're making also good chunk of money. So people will have alternative career paths also, which are not the traditional career paths. Yeah, so virtual recruitment process in some of the locations where we cannot travel, we do, or during pandemic we did, but now since the colleges have opened, we prefer physical hiring process. Although how we have kind of, as an organization, we have been working on a hybrid mode, wherein majority of our workforces enjoys coming to office 2 days a week or 3 days a week as per the business demand. In some of the projects, even the people are working remotely as well. So that flexibility we have given to the people in our organization. So the employees enjoy that flexibility, and that has really helped us to retain talent also. The talent is not going outside because they are really happy with what we have been as an organization, the policies which is there. So they are quite happy with that. And for freshers, what we have changed is the training period, mostly it's virtual. So the initial training they are able to do from their place itself, so that learning and all happens, and then as per the demand of the project, I move to their respective locations. Okay, so that really helps them have their own time with the family and all, and while they are working as well. And later on, if the project demands, then only they are asked to move to the locations.
That is exactly what today's generation is looking for. So, in your experience, what key skills do you believe are essentials for a student entering the workforce, particularly in technical and engineering fields? And how can students basically showcase their skills during the recruitment process, whether through resumes, interviews, or any other means?
Yeah. So, see, one skill set which every individual as a fresher, this I would like to highlight and quote, needs to know is the basic attitude which you need to build. Okay, so you need to be really agile, flexible, and enthusiastic about the role or the opportunity you are going to get. So you cannot be very adamant about things. Try to be flexible and adaptive. So if you have a good attitude, everything can be taught. The skill, the technology, the knowledge, the function, the domain, everything can be trained and people can be taught if you have a good attitude. So that's the most important thing what we look in a fresher. So if a fresher needs to really up the game, he needs to, apart from the attitude, he needs to really focus on one particular technology he needs to really master on. So if he's with analytics, he needs to at least know one tool of it, whether it's any of the tool you talk about, Power BI, Tableau, for that matter, Python, SQL. So he should be good at something one. Similarly, if somebody is from an engineering background, he should be good at one of the programming languages, for that matter. If somebody is from marketing, he needs to know whether he wants to go into research, like primary research, secondary research, and then he does any of the tools like Google Analytics or Adobe Analytics, or he wants to go into digital marketing, so he should do programs or courses or certification into digital marketing and all, or he wants to go into finance, so he should understand whether his interest is towards financial market, capital banks, hedge funds and all, or he's more traditionally towards accounting and all. So it really helps him to understand what role he is more focusing on, and then he can prepare accordingly. At least one thing he should be good at, so that while presenting that in your resume and all, it really helps you to say and talk about while you are in your interviewing as well. Otherwise, there should, and one important thing I tell to fresher and everybody is, there should be a story which you would have built across your resume, that because you were interested, like, let's take example, you are a marketing student, okay, and you want to pursue a role into advertisement. Let's take the example what she did. So my recommendation to that individual is that you being a person who's looking into advertisement, so there should be a story that because you had the interest, so you went ahead and did an internship with a media firm, small, doesn't matter. While doing your internship, you realize that while talking to your senior, that if you do some certification, it will really help you. So you went and did these certification. While doing your certification, you also realize that you need to do a hands-on project. So you went ahead and did a project. So that creates a wholesome story to tell.
Okay, thank you. That was really, really nice. Okay, everyone. So, build up a story regarding your resume and all. My last question for today is, given the pace of the technological advancements, how important is a mindset of continuous learning and adaptability for students entering the workforce? Are there any specific examples of individuals who have excelled in this regard at Tata Technologies itself, and how can students demonstrate their commitment to the ongoing development?
Okay, what I could understand from the question, because it was very big, so I'll try to sum up that what as an individual one should really focus on to really grow and upskill. So to really excel, one should always, in IT specifically, if we talk about one, or even in any for that matter, even if you see, everybody keeps on learning never stops. Even if you see Mr. Modi, he's learning something new every day. So for every individual to grow in his life, you need to unlearn few things, learn new things, upskill yourself, because the technology, the demands keep on shifting, right? So whatever is coming across, you should always try and see that how you are trying to adapt to that technology, how you are trying to upskill yourself, learn few things which is evergreen in the market. Excel is there, PowerPoint is there, you should be good. So those things will always remain then and there. So you should always focus on things which you can always build for yourself, learn things, and because I mean, it's not going to be absolute, right? If you keep learning new things. Earlier cloud was not there, AI was not there, these technologies came, blockchain came now, so people are learning those things and building different career for themselves. So we have to always evolve as a human being, right? So we were since what if I talk about the golden old days, we have evolved as a human being itself. There has been various transitions in revolution also. If you see industrial revolution 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, today we are sitting industrial revolution 5.0, where we are talking about a synchronization between a human and a robot. We're talking about sustainability, those all things, right? So things evolve every time. Right now the focus is more on building sustainable products, more human centric touch applications, right? So those all things will always evolve. You need to really be up for that game.
You have to always keep learning and just learning, because only learning can help you survive. Yeah, learning never stops. So in closing, thank you so much, sir. We extend our deepest appreciation, and thank you for sharing your insightful views on the talent acquisition in the APAC region and the student recruitment. Thank you for being a guiding force, and to our listeners, thank you so much that you found today's episode enriching. Connect with us on our social media and stay tuned for more engaging conversations of the NMIMS Podcast. Farewell and thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me here.